Hello, everyone. This is Bree Noble from Profitable Musician, and I am so excited to be here with my friend Glory St. Germain. She has really opened my eyes around ways to make money from music that are a little off the beaten path, which is always what I'm looking for. As CEO of Profitable Musician, that is my goal. And so I wanted to bring her on and talk to her a little bit about some of the ways that she's been able to herself, as well as help other musicians to make more money from music. And we're going to talk a little bit around the teaching area because I know many of you either you're already teaching because it's a great way to supplement your income as a musician if you're out there gigging and stuff and you need something a little more stable, a little more regular. But she's found ways to even expand upon that stream of income, which is really exciting. Ways that you can, not have to spend as much time as far as like time trading for money, which was what we're doing with teaching. And that's okay because that's a great way to make some money. But sometimes that can like overwhelm your schedule and you're like, I need more time for my gigs and stuff. So I want to talk about that. Also, Gloria has written a million books. So maybe she could mention that too. Just so you know like where she's coming from. But maybe Gloria, just give like a short intro about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, Bree. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be chatting with you. I love collaborating with you and just especially the topic of profitable musician. I think this is incredible. One of the things that I'm passionate about, of course, is music education. So I'm an author. I've written, as you mentioned, a million books, not really, but I've written over 60 books in music theory
That's a lot.
education.
Since I've
That's a
written
lot of
one, I
books.
think that is a million.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And I love helping musicians because, let's face it, gigging is awesome. And that's what we all are passionate about. It's about the music. It's about the music, but it's also about making money and supporting our families and doing what we love. And so the program that we put together, Music Business Mastery, is to help musicians just explore how they can add to their stream of income by teaching. And primarily, we also help them with teaching groups, with marketing, and things like that. So it really is because some of those things, unless that's your thing is marketing, you don't really know even where to start. So I know you're passionate about helping these musicians as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And of course, I do help musicians with marketing, but
Yeah.
we often need that like steady like undercurrent of income, that kind of stable like solid ground for
Yes.
us to be on as musicians because gigs are, it takes a while to kind of build up that flow of gigs. I know for me it took like a year of booking in order to kind of get that like flow and get people booking me again and again and that kind of thing and getting referrals and stuff. And so having just this solid ground to stand on also just makes it so much better when you're out there booking gigs because you're not desperate for money, right? You've got
Right.
this income that's coming in. So let's talk about, how can people either get into this area or people that are already into some kind of teaching, whether you're teaching voice or piano or,
Mhm.
music, maybe music even in the schools, how can they expand upon that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as an author of the Ultimate Music Theory series, what I do is I help musicians teach music theory in groups. Now, here's the beauty of this whether you are teaching voice, piano, guitar, strings, doesn't matter what instrument it is, music theory is the universal language. And this really opens up the box of opportunity so that you can be teaching, as you said, small group lessons of, 6 kids in a class. And so you can be teaching maybe, 15 hours a week if you want to even teach that many in addition to all of your gigging. And you can certainly be earning, 60,000, 70,000 a year through your teaching. And I think it's really important for us to have diversity in and multiple streams of income. So for myself, I say, well, all right, you can write books, right? That's one stream of income. You can be teaching, you can be performing, you can work as a coach. There's lots of opportunities. So I really think when we allow ourselves an opportunity to say, let me explore another avenue of bringing revenue into my business, I think teaching is a great opportunity. And also, you're giving back into the community of musicianship, right? So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have personal experience with this year in that my daughter is a freshman in high school and she just joined the choir.
Yeah,
And, she's got a musician mom at home, but I'm
yeah,
busy and all that stuff. So we've never really sat down and taught her music theory. She took a
right.
little piano when she was young, but, so she got into the advanced female group. And so she's in this group as a freshman with all these juniors and seniors that have already been in there. They have an amazing teacher that she really focuses on sight reading and all that. But she's feeling a little bit lost when she first comes in there, right?
Mhm.
Because everybody's already knowing solfege and they're learning how to, they do it already automatically and they
Yeah,
know intervals and all those things. And she's just basically like, what is a bar? What what is a time signature? Like that kind of thing. And so she was like totally lost at the beginning. And this teacher that we have, she's amazing. She usually offers a music theory boot camp at the beginning of the
right.
year, but not enough students signed up. So,
Oh,
maybe they just didn't understand the value of it because there
yes.
weren't a ton of freshmen coming in. And so Abby signed up, but she didn't end up doing it because only like 2 students signed up. And I was like, shoot. And so she was like, oh, here's some resources you can use online and stuff. But, you really need someone sitting down with them and
Yes.
helping them and giving them assignments to really and explaining like some of these things. I've tried to explain this music theory stuff to my daughter, and I don't have training on how to explain it. Like I know
Yep.
it, I get it, but teaching is a whole nother thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I wish that there had been something like this around for me to send her to a program
Absolutely.
where she could learn in a group and she could not feel like so much pressure of learning by herself because other people are learning with her. Is this something that people can offer online as well as in person?
Yeah, 100%. And I really, Bree, I really want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing the story about your daughter because music theory, those two words get a bad rap because they're also associated with boring. Do I really
Yeah.
have to? Why do I need this? Like the list could go on and on. And so, kind of two trains of thought here. One is that there was another teacher who was teaching a choral program, and she was frustrated because none of her students could, as you said, know what's a bar, what's a measure, what's articulation, what's harmony, what all these questions, and basically teaching by rote. And so she implemented, she said, you know what, Gloria, I'm just going to dive into the program. I'm just going to do it. So she started teaching music theory and she didn't make it an option. Unlike, your daughter's teacher who said, if you'd like to, she just said, we're doing it. It's like not an option. At any rate, all of a sudden her students started to understand music theory and they could read and they landed up winning triple gold at nationals. And she was just like, whoo. And I think I have a video somewhere on my YouTube channel. I went in and did an interview with the students, and they said, I finally understood it. So I understood looking at the music what it was. And she said, once they learned music theory, they could go through so much more repertoire because she wasn't teaching by rote anymore. She would just say, here's what we're doing, da, 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 and the kids would get it and they would love it. So that was a key factor. The second part is that very often, as I mentioned, boring and all these other things, I think as teachers, if we don't have the training to know how to teach, understanding music theory is one thing, but teaching it is something different. And we also have to know, and here's the big word, how to change boring into brilliant, how to
Mm.
turn frustrating into fantastic. When I'm teaching theory club classes, and the teachers that I do training with, they make it fun, they make it engaging, it's gamification, it's like how do we really, it's also collaboration, it's creativity, it leads them to composing. So there's so many opportunities, and I think it's about how you present your offer. And I know that you really helped musicians in talking about their offer when they want to go do a gig. If you show up in sort of an inappropriate outfit with a really lame resume, they're probably going to go, I'll get back to you kind of thing. But you have to know, how can I present my offer so that people will be going, I have to do this. I want to do this. This is going to help me as a musician. So I really feel strongly about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, confidence around your offer is so important and
Yeah.
knowing how to frame it. And that's, I think, what you really help people with because you've set people up in these, situations in the past and they've been able to create this new stream of income. So knowing how to talk about it, like especially getting like parents, if you're working with kids, getting parents
Yes.
excited about it when they don't understand what music theory is and why their kid
Right.
should learn it. I'm sure that's a
Yeah.
big one.
That's a whole conversation in itself. Yeah. Why does my child need this? Yes. It's a big
Yeah, I
question.
know. I was lucky because, or my daughter was lucky because I knew why she needed it. And
Yes.
what's great about the choir that she is in, like you were saying, with the person that they got triple gold and all that,
Yeah.
this teacher, she does really focus on music theory in the classroom. Unfortunately, my daughter was way behind, so she
Yes.
needed to catch up. But like everybody else, all these upperclassmen, they can sight read like crazy. They're actually having a festival today, and I can imagine they're going to get some great marks and they are actually going to Carnegie Hall in June to sing at
Woo!
Carnegie Hall, which is really exciting. So, those are the
Congratulations.
type of things you can get when you really understand how to read music correctly and how to even just interact with the music, understand it. They've got student section leaders that can lead them when she's
Mhm.
gone. And it's just because they know the theory.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it is just key. And congratulations, Carnegie Hall. Like that's just, you've made it when you just get to walk on that stage and just feel proud about what you've accomplished. And I think one of the things too for musicians, whether you're doing a gig or whether you're teaching a class, be proud of yourself. Like you're there, you're serving, you're singing, you're performing. And I think one of the keys to for me is to NEPD, never ending professional development.
Mm.
As an educator, I am constantly reading, studying, improving my skill sets, as a business coach, as, in marketing, whatever it is, there's always something new to learn. And I think when you stop learning, it's when you stop growing and then you stop being effective as an educator because you get bored with yourself. If I don't learn something new, I get bored. I want to learn. How can I learn? How can I improve my skill sets? As a business, how can I think of other ways of generating not only cash flow into my business, but making my life purposeful and meaningful so that I can serve others. And that's really what it's all about. And I hope you're going to get to go to Carnegie Hall to watch your daughter.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. We are going to be
Yay!
there. We get a backstage tour and all that. So that's going to be
Oh,
really
that's
fun.
so fun. That's so fun.
Yeah. So we're excited. That's in June.
Yeah.
So I know you have your music business mastery coming up, and I'd love to
Yeah.
have you give them a little bit of an idea what they will learn, what they will experience if
Yeah.
they attend that.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I found in growing a business is that so much of it is about mindset. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right. So I can't take credit for that saying. That's a Jim Rohn thing, but it really makes sense. And this is a 3-day interactive live virtual event. So we're going live for 2 hours every day. You definitely want to be there. It's Music Business Mastery Live. It's going to be so exciting. On day one, we're talking about mindset. So mindset really brings together, how you can grow your music teaching business faster. On day two, we're talking about strategies. And on day three, we're talking about tools. And these are all business aspects of how you can grow your music teaching business. And I'm there for you. So bring your questions and anything else that you need. I think one of the key factors too is that as musicians and educators, we need to have a system. And if we don't, it's going to take us forever to do all this by ourselves. And I'm there to guide you through this 4-step journey. This is a proven process so that you can, as I say, unleash your teaching superpowers. And even if you've never taught music theory before, I'm there for you so that you can feel empowered. Not only are we helping you with your own education in music theory, as we said, there's one thing to know it, it's another thing to teach it. So these strategies to impact your teaching, and it's also going to help you increase your income. So that's on day two, the entrepreneurial strategies, and it's a lot of fun. You're also going to learn about the cooperative learning theory and the 5 powerful areas of development in teaching group lessons. So this is a proven system on why do we learn faster when we're in a group setting. And as you and I know, Bree, that when two minds come together, like you and I, the third mind kind of appears, right? And so when we're in a group setting, we actually learn faster. So I'll be sharing all of those with you. And finally, we're going to get into the tools framework. And this is how can you attract your ideal student and save time. And again, we talked a little bit about, what is the marketing strategy behind how you're going to fill your studio. And you're also going to learn the 3 business tools for effective growth and the one essential tool that's often missed. So I can't wait to share all of this with you, Bree, and all of the people that will be attending. We're looking forward to it.
That is so awesome. And as you said, with you learn faster in groups, you also earn faster when you have groups, right? So
Oh, I got to use that. I like
I was
that.
just thinking that. I'm like, yeah, you no more trading time for money, one for one, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I love it.
100%.
I
And
love it.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because so many times, people think, oh, can I do this online? Can I do this in person? Here's the beauty of our 3-day live event. Music Business Mastery Live is going to help you really map out exactly how you're going to do this. You can be teaching in person, you can be teaching online, you can be teaching hybrid. We're also going to help you figure out, well, how much should I charge? Okay, we're going to be covering that. Where do I find these students? What is the age group? How do I know what level to put them in? There's so many questions, and it's why you need to attend live because I can give you this information as you're, attending the event but if you're there live, you actually get to interact. And we also do breakout rooms. So you get to network with other educators from around the world and musicians to say, oh, that's how you figured that out. So it's really important to be there live.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. So, this is an online event. You could join from anywhere in the world. So
Yes.
be sure to, check out the link around this video and get signed up because you're definitely going to want to attend. And it sounds like you're pretty much giving them a new income stream or a new business in a box with this.
Yep. Yep. 100%. And I think too, it's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to learn, to explore, to think outside the box. In fact, you can throw the box away and just realize that it's an opportunity to really think of a new way of generating cash flow into your business. So come and join us. I'm excited and can't wait to see all of you there.
Yeah. Click the link around this video and I will see you guys there. It'll be awesome. Thanks so
Yep.
much, Glory.
Okay, thanks, Bree. Bye now.